Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. Well, today I want to talk about an Oakland topic that's come back up once again, and it revolves around the Highway 980 corridor. And that is a subject that's very near and dear to me because in that, the construction of 980, there was an eminent domain, and Oakland's oldest neighborhood was demolished and erased from history. And the reason why I say I have a very close connection to that was because my grandparents on my father's side actually lived in that section that was eminent domain. And so there was generational wealth that was stolen from all of these families that lived in this eminent domain neighborhood. It was approximately 3 to 4 blocks wide, a swath about just a little over 2 miles in length. And it literally, when they built that 980, it literally cut off the poor, the lower income families and Black African-American families access to downtown shopping and downtown, having a downtown voice. It really divided Oakland and West Oakland. And so it's come up where during the previous administration, somebody was saying that we need to close that 980 corridor. It's not used a whole lot. But here's the thing that I want to talk about, because I have a plan for that, and it would be supported by our current administration and Pete Buttigieg. And he visited here, and he said that there would be $980 million available to restore these neighborhoods back to Oakland through this 980 corridor. And so my plan was not so much to destroy that freeway that people gave up their generational wealth for, my family included. I don't want that insult, because now you're saying, well, that has no value. And it historically does have value, and it was created, the 980 corridor was created and planned for long before that actually occurred. And that plan dated back to 1947. So it was always going to be destroyed in the long run. But in when it actually occurred, average and typical home prices throughout Oakland was somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000 on average. Well, all of those families that were inside of that 980 area, or the eminent domain zone, received only half that value from the state of California in a form of a check. So $25,000, and it cost my family $50,000 to replace it. So my grandparents, my grandmother had passed away before that occurred. My grandfather, I believe that's one of the things that really killed him, because they own the home free and clear. If you own the home free and clear, you got a $25,000 check. If you didn't own the home free and clear, then you were to turn over all of that, the banking and mortgage information, to the state of California, and the state of California would acquire and pay off the debt and acquire the property. And then they would serve you an eviction notice, and in most cases, you got nothing. I mean, nothing. And so this was loss for thousands of families of low income throughout Oakland. So this was one of the ways that the administration at the time got rid of the poor neighborhoods of Oakland. They demolished it. and the park right there, Lincoln Park, on the Oakland side, was always referred to as Old Man's Park. Even in the 60s, when I was just a tiny child, it was called Old Man's Park because there were, we called them bums back then, but they were homeless men that would hang out at the park day and night. And so that has always been an area and an eyesore for generations. So anyway, my plan and what I would like to see happen is not the demolishing and the removal of the 980 corridor. I actually would like to see that continue, because recreating that sometime in the future would not be possible if they do what they're planning on doing. And my plan is to do like over in San Francisco, the Presidio tunnels. And so we build over the top of those, and it's just a huge deck. And so the Hwy.980 is already underground. And I'm going to be talking about the history of 980 because I had already planned a video talking about this very subject. But now that it's come up in the media here, I want to talk about it in depth. And this is how we should move forward. And this is the way that we're going to be able to recreate the old neighborhoods that used to exist right here, and having new modern places and neighborhoods to construct and build new affordable housing. And also this, by rebuilding and putting this decking over the top, we can plan for reparations for our families throughout Oakland that have been devastated for on the real estate side, and denied homes, or have had their homes stolen from them, or their family heritage, like myself, stolen from them. And so this helps restore those damages that were caused long ago, and also creates a new avenue and a new infill for building affordable housing. And we can do that within that $980 million budget. So anyway, that's what I would like to see happen, Mayor Sheng Tao. If you really want to get on the good side of Oakland, this is something that you need to really look at and investigate, because this is a project that can be totally financed also. You know, EIFDs, Enhanced Infrastructure Financing District, because this is a project that will go beyond just the construction of the new decking, but also the planning and the construction of the new neighborhoods. A new arena, a downtown arena can be put in. And so there's a lot of possibilities by building this decking over the 980 rather than closing it off and making it no longer available. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. And so what do you think? I think it'd be a great way to promote the city. We have work, construction work, union work, and then also we'll be restoring neighborhoods that used to exist and then they didn't exist, and now we bring them back. We're talking 5,000 to 7,000 single-family homes that can be affordable. We don't need them to be huge like what we currently have, but we can restore those neighborhoods with the small homes between 600 to 1,000 square foot. These are our entry-level starter homes that can be put on and can create those thousands and thousands of affordable housing units for entry-level home ownership here in Oakland. And that's going to do wonders, number one, for Oakland's economy, two, the stability of Oakland, and help increase taxes without raising taxes. Thanks for joining me today. What do you think? Let me know. We'll be right back.